You guys finished unpacking yet?
Packing what?
You know, we moved.
The boxes.
We moved.
Where we go? What happened?
What the fuck are you talking
Wow,
about?
you made this incredibly dry than what it needs to be. This drier than these pork skins that I'm eating.
I get it.
No, the move to YouTube. How we were on SoundCloud first.
No, I don't want to make that joke dry.
Did you? What?
I don't want to make that joke dry. Okay.
You did.
Okay, whatever.
Fucking Spry caught on. Aki might have. I don't know. Anyway, guys.
That was an innocent smile. I'll have you know that.
That was? That's my innocent smile?
That was an innocent looking smile to me.
Bullshit.
She's like,
Right?
Anyway, guys, welcome to the 20th episode of Non-Canon.
Pew pew pew.
Load it up.
Pew. Gabba gabba. Pew pew.
Anyway, so we are still moving things over to YouTube. Just in case you didn't catch the last podcast, we are moving from SoundCloud to YouTube. Well, as far as the reason, because we want to. We're going to do more things on YouTube. We want to keep everything together. We might go back to SoundCloud at some point, but as of right now, nah, son.
don't lie to them.
Nah, son. All right, so bring it. We're gonna be bringing you guys Let's Play. As of right now, was it Dead Knee Adventures?
Yeah.
Dead Knee Adventures is where Aki, Sano, and myself, Vox, play Destiny on PlayStation 4. We live stream it. Don't worry if you're not able to catch the live stream because we don't even know when we're going to do the live stream. But the videos will be there for you to watch. We're going to do our best to make sure that you guys aren't bored watching them. So that's first of what we have, and then we have other Let's Plays of doing some independent games that Spry, Sano, and I have been doing as well, which are really fun, and they'll be coming soon too. We're trying to figure out a release date for that as well. But I think I've covered everything on that subject, guys. Do you think I did everything right? Did I do a good job?
You did everything wrong.
Oh.
Good job.
Can you never laugh like that ever again?
Huh?
Can you never make that laugh noise? You just stop. Just make me think if Watson was like a dolphin or something like that.
Don't bring Watson into this. Look at
He's
this.
like, who said my name?
What you talking about?
Hide behind that veil over his cage. Who said something?
Alright, so then let's just get into all the news that we have for you today. We have quite a bunch
lot.
of news. We have a bunch of news. But I do have some random news before we actually get into our main news. Today is President Obama's last day of the Union.
What?
Yeah, if you haven't figured out yet, I am a politics buff, so I pay attention to this stuff. So yeah, it's going on tonight. I think it should still be going on.
That was pure fire right there. I'm sorry.
What?
Did she rhyme?
She did.
Did I?
Bars.
Anyway, let's not get distracted.
I just got a suntan from your bars right there.
You say don't get distracted. You ask a lot of this group. You notice that, right?
I don't like how you grabbed that wine glass full of water right there.
True story.
Okay.
You're giving me too much power with this. I'm sorry, go on.
The last random news is that El Chapo was captured and that he might be extradited to the United States.
Oh, he is. He is. There's no might. That's news. He actually did get extradited.
He didn't. They're still working on it.
Yeah.
I saw he did. Whatever.
They're working on it, but chances are that he might be extradited to the United States. But remember when Donald Trump said some stuff about people in Mexico?
Oh, immigrants being rapists and
yeah. So I came up with this theory that El Chapo got himself captured on purpose to get into the United States and to use his resources to take care of the Trump.
The Trump. Yeah, you gave way too much power that he deserved right there.
Yeah.
The Trump.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, I think that's kind of cool though. That whole idea. He's like, oh, well, if he snuck into the United States, that's a whole different story than being extradited. I think the security would be less chill on that.
Y'all is giving this shit too much power. Like, it's like an action movie.
Think about it, though. Hold on. First of all, the nigga did say in that Sean Penn, or I don't even know if he said it in the Sean Penn interview, but I know he did say before he wanted a movie to be made off of his life. You know? No? Fuck you. I'll watch that movie. El Chapo.
Boo.
The action movie.
The action movie.
It's Tom Cruise and a mustache.
Oh my god.
I'm joking, El Chapo. I'm sure it'll be someone very dignified. Please forgive me.
Yes, thank you for saying that. Alright, let's get started with our main news. I'll go first. What? I could always change my mind. Oh my god.
Like, fuck. I just keep thinking about Tina from Bob's Burgers every time.
Alright. So I have news ranging from Final Fantasy 15 up to a cell phone game. So I'll get started. So Final Fantasy, the director, oh my gosh, Masahashi Takizawa, he said that Final Fantasy 15 will not have a traditional difficulty setting, which confused the hell out of me because all the Final Fantasy games I've played never had any difficulty settings. You were just dropped in to this place, and if you happen to wander to a place that was obviously too strong for you, got your ass kicked.
You got your ass beat.
You got your ass kicked.
No,
and you started over.
I'm gonna get the fuck on out of here.
Basically. But what they're doing for Final Fantasy 15 is that they're having two different types of battle modes. There's a action mode, which I deem like more of the normal mode, and then there's a technical side where the fighting style is more relaxed and slow paced. Who, like, let's say someone who's never played a Final Fantasy game decides to get Final Fantasy 15, they wouldn't know what the hell they're doing because they never played the demo or whatever. So then they would use the technical side, whereas myself and maybe Sano, we would do the action because we played a Final Fantasy game before.
And I want to cut shit.
Wait, why you automatically assume that it's just going to be you two playing it out of this movie?
I said, for example. Anyway.
Box don't like being left out of shit.
Well, get used to it.
I got you, Box.
Thank you.
Also, additional news to that is that the release date for Final Fantasy 15 will be announced in March of this year. But I also came up with this theory.
Announced in March or announced for March?
Announced in March.
They announced an announcement.
Okay. I also came up with this theory. I believe Spry said something about survey.
What'd I say?
I think you said something about which game would you buy if it was released in this day.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15, Persona 5. Well, Persona 5 is being released this summer, and I'm thinking that Final Fantasy 15 and Persona 5 might come out around the same time. June-ish, yes. June-ish or July.
June-ish?
Hey, if that does happen though, the summer drought might not even exist.
Basically, it's like
one thing that plagues video gamers.
Yeah, there's a lot of titles that come out right in the holiday season. There's a lot of titles that come out in the first first quarter of the year.
Yep.
That summer period is always blank. There's never anything substantial that comes out.
Movies take over at that point.
Well, I guess
sometimes. Not
especially this year.
Especially this fucking year.
Oh.
So,
bitch, you guessed.
You was right.
I'm offended. Anyway,
I'm confused.
So my next news has to do with Atlas of 2016 updates. So like I mentioned before, Persona 5 might be out this summer. I don't know which month, but it's coming out this summer. And then for this year, right off the bat, they announced that they are doing a remake of Odin Sphere. That's coming out June 7th. If you don't know what Odin Sphere is, it's a
gorgeous.
It is very gorgeous. Very gorgeous.
Gorgeous in this case is a noun.
It's made by Vanillaware, who works with Atlas. It's a side-scroller RPG, and the people at Vanillaware drawn their inspiration from the Norse mythology. I had the game at one point. There was a glitch in it. I had to return it back to GameStop, and they did not have another copy, so I never got it back. And I'm kind of sad, but I'm super excited that they decided to remake Odin Sphere, because that's a really, really gorgeous game. Right next to Dragon's Crown, that's really gorgeous too.
Yeah, along with that, they announced a couple different versions. Well, obviously, it's coming out on multiple systems, all Sony-based. PS4 for $50, PS3 for $40, Vita for $30. Surprisingly, they're making another game for Vita. They also, well, yeah, you're right. It's a third-party style console. They also announced that early adopters of the game will get like a 64-page art book, and I believe there's also a collector's edition too.
Well,
yeah, I actually think that there's
you guys know what come with the collector's edition?
Not yet. But I think there are 2 versions of Odin Sphere out. There's just the game called Odin Sphere, then there's like Odin Sphere something like that. Something like that. Something that I can't pronounce. But yeah, that's some news for Atlas. My next news have to do with the game that I picked up for my Xbox 360, and there was a lot of confused male gamers wondering why I was buying this. The game I'm talking about is Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball.
I thought you were going to say wet.
No, I never picked up the game. I never picked up the game, but my sister did. But
the game was awesome.
DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball, that was my shit. Me and my sister competed over that game for like ever. Yeah, I know.
The next podcast, I'm not sitting next to him.
This is exactly how the game looks.
Okay, but Vox and I watched the trailer for it, and hold up,
game changer.
Yeah, so yeah, you still got the jiggling boobs and whatnot, but you also got jiggling butts.
Bruh. Bro, I lost my shit at that. And I even feel some sexual shit. I'm like, they managed to do this shit. Like, that's amazing. Like, they did, what was it? They showed Ayane, like, pat her butt, like, wipe sand off or some shit. And it started moving. I'm like, Clay, you see that shit?
Butt jiggles. So that's something we have to look forward to. But
finally looking out for hometown.
Jiggles.
What?
It said finally looking out for hometown.
Whatever.
Ass is hometown.
So the game was actually supposed to come out next month, but it's actually been delayed to March 24th.
Fuck delays.
There's a reason behind that.
Let them happen. I don't care.
There's a reason behind that. I think, Vox, you have that? Maybe?
Was it with the
Censorship?
Oh, yeah. So...
Wait, hold that thought. Let's save that until I'm finished.
Okay.
Cool beans. So that's delayed until March 24th. Also, the game was not going to be localized, so there might be some issues buying the game, but there is an English option in the game, so if you do like import it, you can still play the game and read the menus and whatnot.
Those sneaky teats.
Give me a second. Give me a second, because I know who's being sold by. I just have to Play Asia. Play Asia is making it available for
They're still around.
Yep.
Of course they are.
They're making it available for English or Westerners to be able to purchase the game. What was it? They were faced with boycotters.
Yeah.
Like boycotting groups are just like, oh, we're not gonna buy the fucking game if you bring it, or we're not gonna pay for anything from you if you do this. And shout out to Play Asia, because they did not give a fuck. They tweeted like responses to people, and it was the most trollific thing I've ever seen in my life, and it was beautiful. You have people that says, "Oh, we're gonna boycott you," and they're like, their response is just okay, or they will say like, "We don't fucking need your money anyway," or something like that. But it was so clever to the point where I was like dying of laughter, because I'm like, that's great. They got so many pre-orders that they reduced the price of the game for everyone. So you have Eastern developers that are afraid to release their games in the Western world or the Western Hemisphere because of the censorship laws and how people perceive a game to be. We looked at the gameplay. Yeah, you have jiggling boobs and jiggling butts, but it wasn't nothing like, you know, any Yuri or lesbian action happening. It's literally them playing the game, you know, playing these mini games, which I was looking forward to the most. Like, I'm sitting here with Aki, I'm telling like I'm about to beat you in this game, I'm gonna beat you in this game. It got real competitive without us actually playing the game, and that's all we were focused on until it showed through ass like physics.
Do they have a like an ass jiggling mini game, like a twerking mini game?
No, but they have a booty
battle
bump game.
Yeah, they have a booty bump game.
Close to twerking? No.
No. Anyway,
I don't think they know how to twerk.
let's not go there.
Believe me.
Let's not go there.
I've seen.
So in the new DOA Extreme Beach Volleyball, they have a bunch of new characters. I believe Momiji's in there.
Yeah.
What's her name? I think her name was Madi Ross. I think she's a new character in DOA 5 last round. There's two other characters that I do not know who they are, but there are new characters in there. Obviously, there's new skimpy swimsuits as well, and I want to see Lisa.
She might be DLC.
Question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys, do you think that we would ever get another Ninja Gaiden series?
I don't know how much they can do with that anymore.
Itagaki, is that the guy name?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Thank God he's not on that shit anymore, because good fucking guy. I don't even know if Team Ninja knows what they're doing anymore. I mean, other than
Boobies?
yeah.
I seriously don't know what else they can do with that game because they've done so much with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's my bit on DOA. I have one more thing. So, recently I've been playing this self-owned game called Nekowatsume, which means cat collector. Vox gives me so much shit about it, but I think it's the most hilarious thing ever. Basically, you have this yard and you have golden fish and silver fish that you just buy things with, and you have cats come to your yard. Yeah, I might sound like a crazy cat lady, but I actually have a Pimblot Corgi, so yeah. Anyway, I wanted to talk about it because it's this new crazy cute rage all in Japan and then also in the United States as well. There's been a bunch of, I guess, women. I'm not for sure who downloads the game or not, but it seems like it's mostly women, and especially in Japan, of course, it's women. They've been deemed the crazy cat lady, which I thought is ridiculous. It's just a really cute game, and not to stereotype people just because of the games that they play.
I don't know what you're looking at me for.
You nigga.
Meow.
Anyway,
If the shoe fits, Aki.
whatever.
Who's next?
I'll go, I guess.
Sano, go!
I don't have as much news as Aki here, but I got a couple interesting things to talk about. First up, did you know that Square Enix had a game streaming service?
Yes, I did.
Who?
Square Enix.
Square Enix. The company was called, or I should say, that branch was called Shinra Technologies, STI.
Of course it was.
Yeah. But apparently, it didn't take long for this to happen either, but they closed.
The fools.
Yep, they didn't predict that at all in the game that they released back in the 90s. So this whole branch where Square Enix said we're gonna be using a virtual supercomputer and we're gonna create these awesome new experiences using new technology and all this, that, and the other. They invested $15 million into this, but I guess the company couldn't find actual traction. It couldn't find any other investors or anything like that, so they're closed.
No one freaking knew about this. I didn't know about it until you actually said something.
There were murmurs about it. I guess they were still in a planning process, as in what this was going to do, how they were going to portray it. Like I said, they were still looking for backers at the time. They couldn't find anybody in time though, so that's done. I wonder. We really will never know what exactly they were planning on doing with that.
I have a side note.
What up?
So I discovered that Funimation and Sony has an ad-free streaming service called Funimation Now.
They just announced that.
Yeah, they just announced that. I'm just like, ooh, what's that? They had DBZ on there. I'm just like, I need to see what this is.
Pretty much.
But yeah, continue. I'm sorry.
All right, news bit number 2. Let's make everyone feel old.
No.
Pokemon's turning 20.
How old are
Aren't you like 20-something?
I vaguely remember playing Pokemon when I was older.
I played Pokemon when I was 6.
I played it when I was 6.
Man, so Pokemon's gonna be 20 years old in February.
Fuck.
February 27th.
February 27th it is. And Nintendo's like, hey, this is one of our biggest selling franchises. Let's celebrate. We have a plethora of Pokemon-themed collectibles and systems coming out in the next month.
Yeah.
Nintendo in Japan is selling a new 3DS with themed plates for Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Red, and Pokemon Green.
I thought it was an entire system altogether.
Yeah, it's a new 3DS. That's a stupid name. I don't know that. Jesus fucking Christ. They're making another new 3DS system that comes with interchangeable faceplates to represent the mascots of both Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Red. They're also releasing themed 2DSs, so they're going to be like kind of like, if you remember those neon colored like purple Game Boy colors. It's going to be that same style, but instead once again it's going to be representative of the first 4 games: Pokemon Red, Blue, Green, and Yellow.
That's what made my mom buy a Game Boy Color, was the purple one.
Europe is also going to be getting those 2DSs. They're not getting the green one though, since green pretty much only launched in Japan.
Unfortunately.
And we are getting the new 3DS that comes with the interchangeable faceplates for Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, and they also come preloaded with both games. Also, starting next month, Nintendo's going to be releasing mythical Pokemon as part of like the mystery gift system.
Which ones?
All of them.
I didn't know specifics, man.
They're starting with Mew. They're starting off with.
Could have saw Box's face just now. Like he just like shat and came at the same time. Like,
that is disturbing. Looks like
apparently never experienced the bloking, but continue.
Excuse you? What? Jesus fucking Christ! They're re-releasing old legendary Pokemon. Well, not legendary Pokemon, but mythical Pokemon that you can only get in events like Mew, Darkrai, Arceus, Genesect, stuff like that.
Cool.
They are they're sending out all their movies and different platforms.
Will we get Hoopa again? Because I was not going to McDonald's for him.
We might, based on what I've seen so far. There's supposed to be 12 giveaways in all for Pokemon. Hoopa might be one of them.
Little advice. If you're impatient, you want these legendaries right away, go catch a Ditto and trade it. Put it on the World Link.
Yep. But yeah, they're re-releasing those Pokemon. They're re-releasing all their movies. Remember, Pokemon Tournament comes out this year. Pokemon Go is supposed to be coming out this year. They're not. This is like the year of Luigi all over again. Just much more interesting.
What if like I know they're like, oh, this summer, Pokemon Go. I'm like, what?
Please don't. I'm not looking forward to that. I thought after I get rid of my 3DS, I was free of the Pokemon spell forever, and they're just like, nope, we're just going to follow you.
Here's the thing, too. Mobile games are known for their microtransactions. Let that sink in. What's going to be It's going to be like, oh, you got to pay this much for a Great Ball, or, you know...
How did, damn it, what did the game that they made before this, what was it called? Ingress. How did that do microtransactions?
I don't know, because I know my job wanted me to use it as far as the selling point, but I refused to. So I really don't know how they did their microtransactions, but this is a Pokemon game, so I'm sure... I know for a fact they're going to charge money for rare candies.
Fuck that. I don't use rare candies anyway.
Unless you don't get a free one, but I know they'll charge for them.
We'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
especially if it's like a pay to win type of thing, it might be like things like rare candy or an extra protein or things along that nature. Or if you can't find a certain thing, they'll give it to you. Like if you
item
need,
finder shit.
Like
using an item finder in that game would be interesting.
Hell yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You don't sound okay.
No, I'm okay.
I'm moving on. I got one more bit of news here.
Okay, cool.
We got a trailer from the nice people at NetherRealm Studio showing off the next 4 characters from Mortal Kombat 10. They announced Leatherface,
Boom.
the Xenomorph from Alien,
Bada.
Borai Cho, who appears to be a new character,
Bing.
and Triborg.
Boom.
I don't think Bo Rai Cho is new.
No, he's not. He's been in the series since before Armageddon. What was the one before Armageddon?
I remember playing with him in Deception.
Yes.
Deception. He's in Deception.
Ah.
I know that.
Well, he's a old.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Damn
He's
near
new to
narcissist.
10, so you weren't wrong.
And Triborg, who, like, based on what I've seen, kind of reminds me of Sector. But I see some other stuff too. It might be a combination of other characters. We don't have an exact release date for these, nor do we have a price. But the last fight pack, if I'm not mistaken, was $30. So it might be somewhere around there. You're getting the same amount of characters. So that's a fair assumption, right? So it's all on Warner Brothers now to let us know when those characters are actually going to be released.
Yep.
So Warner Brothers to tell us when the hell.
I'm sure they'll announce like a new Injustice game when Batman vs Superman comes out. Or they might try to have it for that release. Because there's no fucking way in hell that NetherRealm Studios has just been working on one game this whole entire time. You want to rock, paper, scissors for who go next?
I'll just go.
Alright.
Yeah, time for that. Alright. So I have a tidbit of news. A couple of different things. Starting off with Avengers Infinity War coming out May 4th, 2018. The Russo brothers are directing part 1 and part 2. The series alone is their statement is saying we're breaking ground on Avengers Infinity War. We have a board with 67 characters on it. The directors announced. So is it 67 characters within the first film itself, or 67 characters within both films themselves?
Who knows? I was thinking that too when you said when you brought it up.
That's a lot of people.
That will be a lot of people. I don't think there'll be no way that they can fit. There'll be absolutely no way they can fit 67 characters and make them feel like they need to be there.
But I'm saying within a 2 hour and 30 minute like time frame.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it'll be impossible for them to do that in one movie with that many people and not make it seem like it's just convoluted just have those characters there for no reason.
Because they also said that the secondary characters throughout the series, like different film series and whatnot, certain like aspects of the films are going to be based off them as well. They're going to highlight them.
Immediately I started thinking about Falcon.
Yeah.
And I want him to do so well. Like, seriously, he's turned into a very good superhero in my eyes. Like, I didn't really give a shit about him before the movies, but now I like really want him to succeed. Maybe because I just really like Anthony Mackie.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Pain and Gain, hilarious movie. Second tidbit of news. I don't want to mess his last name up. I feel like I am. Ryan Coogler.
Okay.
The director of Creed and Fruitvale Station. Marvel has announced that he is the director for the Black Panther movie coming out February 16th, 2018.
If we can't get Selma's director, that's a nice alternative.
It is.
That's
It is.
a very good alternative.
I mean, for those who haven't seen Creed, Creed is an amazing movie based off the Rocky series. It's a spin-off, essentially. What Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler did with the franchise itself, they pumped new life into a once thought dead series that couldn't be revived. For real, I mean, after Rocky Balboa, I don't understand like how that series could have gone on, but Michael B. Jordan brought it back.
Straight up.
Along with Ryan Coogler. And so what this means is when Creed did so much success, I guess, here in the stateside, they're also saying, hey, we'd like to get ball rolling on Creed 2, possibly about 2017, and this will hopefully not, but maybe conflict with the filming schedule for Black Panther. So Ryan may have to stay on just purely as a producer and not a director this time around for Creed 2. Yeah.
I ain't mad.
Yep. I'm excited. I'm totally excited. I mean, in a couple, 4 weeks, we have, say 5 weeks, we have Deadpool coming out.
Yeah.
And then we have Batman vs. Superman, and then we have...
That came out earlier than I expected, honestly. I just looked at the release date for that like a couple of weeks ago. I was like, damn, for real?
March 25th. Yes, they moved it up. I'm happy as shit they moved it up.
So this whirlwind that is 2016 is starting beginning of February.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop. That whole momentum will not slow down.
Bro, I mean...
Until December 31st.
Bro, I mean, in between Deadpool coming out the 12th, and then on the February 11th, this kind of, I wasn't even going to use this, but coming out on February 11th, Kanye West, his new CD, Swish, comes out February 11th.
We said that comes out after Deadpool?
No, it comes out before, the day before.
Alright, somebody listen to that while I'm in Deadpool. I'm going to go watch, give me a reason to watch it twice.
Okay. Like,
so anytime the fight scenes start up, Swish.
So stupid, bro.
No.
Beyond excited for that.
Disgusting.
And just a simple release date for Homefront: The Revolution, sequel to the game Homefront. I believe came out 2011. About North Korea, or I guess the Koreas themselves, coming together and invading America. There's a sequel to this set in, I believe, was supposed to be Pittsburgh or Philadelphia, whichever of the two. So release date is May 17th. If you're a fan of the first one, obviously check it out. Yeah, it's a trailer. There should be a link to the trailer online as well. So.
Okay.
That sounds terrifying. Sorry.
What, the Homefront?
Yep.
Nah. Makes you feel patriotic. Probably still won't play it. It makes you feel patriotic.
Well.
Alright. I'm gonna try something a little different. I'm actually gonna sound like a reporter. Alright. Y'all wanna intro me in?
No.
Thank you.
You ain't gonna intro. You got ready like you was about to intro me.
No, I was just trying to hear you talk. Okay, I mean, shit. Today on Non-Canon News,
Street Fighter is back in the news. It will introduce PlayStation 4 console branding. You might have remembered this started with Xbox One when they had only on Xbox like games like Fable and Halo. Ooh, bars. So this will start with the Street Fighter V franchise and continue on from there, where it has PlayStation 4 exclusive. So, the release date for Street Fighter has not had a pushback date. It is still slated for release of February 16, 2016. But there is no release date yet for the first DLC pack, which contains Alex, Guile, Balrog, Ibuki, Juri, and Urien. But everything on the Street Fighter front is still good as we await the release date of the DLC and the game itself. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sprite. In other news, Sony was denied a trademark for Let's Play. The claim was made on October 28th, 2015, and it wasn't noticed until last week by gamers on NeoGAF. It was denied by U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, instead reapplied with, I quote, LP Let's Play, Let's being spelled with a Z. It was meant to cover electronic transmission and streaming of audio-visual and audio-visual material via global and local computer networks. Shout out to Sony for taking it back to the early 2000s where we spelled plural things with the letter Z.
shout out to the 99 2000s.
Yikes.
Oh my god.
Not a Hero is a new game by Roll7. You might have heard of them. They are the creators of the Ali series.
Fantastic games, by the way. If you haven't played them, I feel sorry for you.
And they are making a side-scrolling, cover-based shooter starring a purple rabbit.
I'm sorry, hold up.
This nigga almost died. God.
To contribute to that laughter, Sano, he's wearing sunglasses.
Why?
And I think a leather jacket.
Why does this make me
smoking
think
a
of the
cigarette.
fucking GameStop mascot?
Fucking bunny.
Yes.
Oh god.
I'm just thinking about Digimon.
Oh my god. Why is it a perfect rabbit though?
Why not? Make it look cool like Gex from TS1. Wear
Lord.
sunglasses.
Games we'll never see again.
It's a whole nother episode, my friend.
Originally only to be released on PC, it will release on PlayStation 4 much sooner than we all anticipated, which will be next month, the 2nd. So February 2nd, 2016. Star Ocean 5 is back in the news. Box art was just recently released, and it looks amazing as always. New gameplay that highlights characters' change and setup. Now, if you are familiar with the Star Ocean series, they allow you to swap characters in the middle of a battle. So this is an action RPG. Instead of doing a turn-based, people just fight when they damn well please. And it looks to give a bonus for the battle gauge. The battle gauge depends on your bonus as far as how much damage you inflict, how much XP you earn, or how much money you earn as a result. So that is a game I'm looking forward to. Still no release date on Star Ocean 5 for US, but I believe for Japan release it will be this year.
Question. Can you tell me when the release date for Phantasy Star Online 2 is for America?
No, I cannot, Spry, but that's a very good question. Somebody get this man a contract. No, I don't actually. I didn't even pay.
They announced it like a long ass time ago. That it was
It was one of those Blade and Soul things where it was supposed to be released a while ago.
Yeah.
I think Blade and Soul was it 2010? Said that it was supposed to be coming to a Western release soon, and it's just now talking about being released. Good delays, man. And for the final news that we have for you tonight, Witcher 3, Blood and Wine.
The Enhanced Edition?
No, there will not be an Enhanced Edition. CD Projekt Red has disagreed with fans who have wanted one and told them straight out, no.
The straightest face.
With Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, it will be the final adventure of the Witcher universe with Geralt as the main. It is a standalone story that has nothing to do with the main story, so a nice little alternate. And it's a complex story with a memorable antagonist, just like Hearts of Stone. It will be released sometime in 2016. We do not know the release date, but again, this 2016 roster of games and movies is building. And I was Vox. Good night and game.
Okay, that was a little different, but it works.
A little.
Thanks, Fox. Alright, so we are bringing back our one-word review.
You haven't done one of those in a while, have we?
No, we haven't, so that's why we're bringing it back.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And who better than to bring it back but yours truly?
Sato! Woo!
Let's see. So, Amplitude came out a week ago.
Ha!
What?
Ha!
Amplitude came out a week ago. Was it a week? 2 weeks? No, it was a week.
Thank you for answering your own question.
Not a problem. I do what I can. I am hopelessly addicted to that game. I need severe help. That is the only thing I've been thinking about since I got the game on Tuesday. Someone please help me. Someone please help.
I can't help you, I'm sorry. I can't even look at it.
Aki, you are my rock.
Am I?
Yes.
But
All right. So my one word for this game has already been said. It is addictive. I love arcade-like games. I back on PS3, I got hooked on Super Stardust HD. Music, flashing lights, explosions, guns, aliens. Yeah, and it was simple as shit. All I did was shoot shit and earn points. That's all I needed. and Amplitude has that same feel to it. It's very bright. The game is gorgeous, especially for a Kickstarter game. The soundtrack is phenomenal.
That's saying a lot. I'm sorry. Go
What?
ahead. Especially for a Kickstarter game.
There are so many colors. Oh my god, there are colors. The soundtrack is phenomenal. A lot of the soundtrack was done by Harmonix themselves, which I have complete faith in as far as like music making, music curating. They've been at this for a while. They do have some tracks by more indie artists. They managed to get a lot of game composers, like Minecraft's composer. They got a song from Transistor in there. They got a song from Skullgirls in there. They got a song from they had Insomniac. God, how did that blank out on that one? They had Insomniac make a song. They just got a lot of different music, and sometimes it just feels a little bit out of place because it's mostly like techno and stuff like that. But there's the Skullgirls track is jazz.
That's all what Skullgirls is.
Yeah. So when I played that one, it kind of threw me off since I never played Skullgirls before.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Want to?
I don't know. Another story, another time.
We can do share play tonight.
We could. Share play is the greatest thing in this generation, but I digress. So the soundtrack is fantastic. The graphically is fantastic. The gameplay is simple, but it's also very challenging. It is very, very challenging. A bit of backstory: I myself never played the previous Amplitude nor Frequency, the game that came before. I did play Rock Band Blitz, which was Amplitude with a Rock Band skin and compatibility and all that other lovely stuff. So that kind of gameplay I was so used to. 3-button gameplay, switching between tracks to keep streaks going. There are minor quirks between Amplitude and Rock Band Bliss that make them different, and I have to catch on to those very quickly, otherwise I was going to fail. But the gameplay itself is one of those easy to learn, hard to master kind of things, which a lot of arcade games tend to do. Arcade style games tend to do. Leaderboards, competitions between friends. Meteor Gun 7, I will trump your score eventually. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. Also, shout out to my nigga Meteor Gun 7 for giving me a reason, giving me something to aspire for. There are a couple gripes I have with it. I played the multiplayer mode, and while I can see where it's going to be fun, the angle is kind of offsetting because the camera's really far away, and it kind of just since it's a beat matching game, you kind of want to have that level feel so that you can be more precise. And multiplayer doesn't do that, but I suppose that's also part of the fun because it's supposed to accommodate up to 4 people playing at the same time, either co-op or competitively. Also, while playing in the main game, since your tracks weave and turn, sometimes it can be very difficult to see what's coming up ahead. And if you're playing on tracks that are very far apart, they'll be spaced out depending on what instrument it is. It can be since you have to be able to switch from one track to the other and be able to play that track immediately in order to keep your streak high. It'd be kind of difficult to see what that is if that track is 3 or 4 or 5 lanes down away from where you are at the moment. But other than that, I mean, I'm having a blast with it. I'm kind of hoping that there's DLC later on down the line. The campaign is really short. It's only 12 songs long. 3 levels, 4 songs. Yeah. But there's also a lot of music to unlock. And like I said, it is one of those games where if you love leaderboards, you're going to continue playing it. Like myself. Even though I don't seem to make any progress, I make small bits of progress every time I play it. But hey, I'm enjoying myself. If you played the first Amplitude, if you play Rock Band Blitz, if you like music in general, if you're a fan of Harmonix, get the game. It is very, very good.
There's too many colors in that game.
There's just enough colors in that game.
I cannot do it. I was watching Vox do the shared play with you, and I could no. I could not do it. There's too many colors. But it looks fun.
Oh god, it's fun.
You had me you told me about it, and that they had a demo. I downloaded it, and everything you just said, everything from like scoreboards to like difficult, like level difficulty, and you also like saying colors and just like how gorgeous the game is. Like I started the game off on expert for some odd reason. I don't know.
I did the same thing though for that. I quickly realized the error in my ways.
I mean, like, I actually I like my first match. Like I died. Like, well, my energy ran out around 41%, and I'm like, hey, I did that well. I mean, shit. But
one of the cool things I like about it too is that between amplitude and frequency, well, frequency and amplitude, to put them in order, there was a major design shift. Frequency had more of a tunnel-like.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was more. The interface was more tunnel-like.
Yep.
Whereas amplitude introduced a more flat, flowy road-like infrastructure. After you beat the main campaign at least one time, they give you the option to switch between the two, which I thought was a very, very nice callback. They call it freak mode.
Well, shit. You in freak mode?
Yeah. I actually don't have a preference between the two.
You don't.
The same sort of issues apply, where there can be difficulty seeing what's around you, because you really do have to pay attention to the other tracks while you're playing the track that you're on, because you have to be able to jump from one track to the other and immediately pick up what that track is asking of you.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the issue that I have with the game. If everything were straight, it would be easier. But the fact that it's just sort of like a design choice to make the game look more elegant. Everything's all wavy, and you're like like everything kind of flows.
The flow of music.
That could be it. But while it does look nice, it can sometimes lead to issues unless you have gotten to the point where you memorize like the track, which is it's a thing in music games. Just like in music, memorization is a very helpful tool. Mm-hmm. Unless you get to that point, it could be kind of hard to navigate it, especially when you get up to the higher levels where like notes are literally flying at you. But yeah, my one word, addicting. I want to play more.
I need more. Okay, do we have any final thoughts? Sprite box?
I need a Jigglypuff amiibo.
I was gonna ask you about that.
What?
Did you even mention the amiibos that they were gonna start selling at specific stores?
Nintendo, you guys are bastards.
Yeah. So, in addition to what Sano said about Pokemon's 20th anniversary, what the Pokemon company decided to do is that you can get those the 12 Pokemon at GameStop. Mm-hmm. But they are also releasing the, I guess, top-selling amiibos.
Well, they were, let me see,
at specific areas that we don't know yet.
We already know Best Buy is going to be one of them.
Most likely. And
they have an exclusive file.
I'm going to need your help.
Mm-hmm. And I think I'm going to assume that Target might get some too.
Target, Toys R Us, GameStop.
Probably all the places that sold them in the past.
Most likely. But it's Charizard, Jigglypuff, Greninja, Pikachu, and there's one more.
Probably Lucario. But Lucario just got re-released though.
Yeah, they're gonna be re-releasing.
The 27th of this month is when they start, I believe.
No, but I'm saying Lucario already saw a re-release just recently.
They're gonna do it again.
Well, I'm saying they have new ones releasing, I think, this month, and then they'll go out again March, and then follow through. And then
I guess it's part of their master plan of actually stocking the things so people can get them.
Well, that's why you have people that work there that can set them aside. Which is exactly what I'm going to do.
All right.
I need that Jigglypuff.
Any final thoughts, words, or
prepare your ass for February. Because February is when all the shit starts toppling over like dominoes, and we all get everything we ever possibly could have wanted this year, except for Legend of Dragoon 2, so make it.
And maybe Kingdom Hearts. Maybe.
We don't know anything about what's going on with Kingdom Hearts.
I know. Okay.
I predict that we will get a release date this year.
We'll probably get Kingdom Hearts
for this year or a release date this year.
They're going to announce a release date this year, is what he's saying.
Okay.
So you
I
won't
would say
get it this year.
either June or September between E3 or
And Tokyo
Game Show.
Yep.
I'm gonna do some research. I'll let you guys know what I'm thinking about doing in our next podcast.
I wish you and Yoshida was just like, oh, Final Fantasy release theirs. Let's fucking do Legend Dragoon again. Let's just make even more.
I wonder
money.
what's stopping them.
They're fucking, they fell through with all these goddamn SOCOM and shooters and all this other shit.
Well, that's just
Fan base.
Fan base is there. You should have saw how fucking lit
oh
up they were.
god, when they
talked about
announced putting dude in PlayStation All Stars, that petition just
They
went through
came
the
out.
roof.
We all came out. Because I wasn't even on Twitter like that, and I made about 15 specific tweets for Dark to make sure that he was talked about every goddamn day.
Oh my god.
No, the fan base is definitely there. People want Legend of Dragoon to come
There's
back.
like 5 petitions out there saying the same shit of bring it. I've signed all 5.
And nothing's happening.
I think when I was 13, 14, I actually wrote out the entire story for Legend of Dragoon 2 of what it could have been.
Damn.
Don't know what. I was gonna send it to him. I swear to God, I was like, now that you have the story, you have to make it.
So
That's how business
we
works.
have found when Vox has written his first fan fiction.
Right? Alright. We'll see you later, guys. Bye.
Bah.